So as I just showed you before, over $13,680 today with another 5 hours left in the day because What is up, Dan fam? Welcome back to another incredible video. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and outline some of the most incredible Shopify dropshipping niches that you should be involved with. And if you aren't involved with these particular niches yet, I definitely suggest you going out there and after this video, finding products that you can fit into these specific niches because you're gonna do exceptionally well. Now, the question that everyone's been asking me, Dan, when is 100K coming out? And I wanna answer this before I forget. 100K Blueprint, on the 20th of this month, I'm holding 3 live workshops. And in order to go ahead and register for those live workshops, you're actually gonna have to go ahead and download my free book and the free mind map that I've created specifically for you. And if you wanna join those live workshops, you can. But right now, there's only a waiting list before I release the book, and there's more to come on this. I don't wanna talk about it too much right now. But if you aren't aware of what 100K Blueprint is, go ahead and take a look in the description or click on the card right over here, and you'll be taken to the waiting list page to register for the 100K Blueprint. And I highly suggest getting on that waiting list right now. So let's get into why you're here. You wanna know about the best Shopify dropshipping niches to get involved with in 2019 onwards. So I'm gonna hop into my computer right now. And I'm actually going to show you firsthand some of these niches and explain why they're really, really good to get into. So let's get into it right now.
So have you ever wondered how some people can easily start dropshipping and start making outrageous sums of income while you start at the same time, yet you're not able to succeed? Well, you know, this happens very often, and I used to, get really aggravated because I would see other people in the marketplace and they always had success. And then I was like, okay, they're doing something completely different. What's the differentiating factor here? What's one thing that I'm not doing that they are doing? Or what really is the one main factor to their success and my failure? So I had to really start thinking about it and really understanding the differences. And then I came back to realizing it was a product to market fit. And a lot of times, a lot of people are just selling products that, quite frankly, anybody can just go to either Amazon or they can just go to, their local convenience store and pick up very conveniently on the spot. And I see this happen all the time, whether it's like pots or pans or like a phone charger or a regular phone case. And the problem is the products aren't unique. So there's no reason why somebody will go ahead and say, oh, okay, yeah, I will go and purchase this. And once I really understood that, once I realized that, okay, the products need to have some sort of twist or unique output to them to get people to purchase, is when things really started to pick up and really started to spike for me. So I developed this idea of thinking, and it's basically levels of products to consumer. So there's different levels, and there's many more than just these 3 that I'm going to outline, but these are the 3 primary ones that I do believe, no matter what skill level you're on, you can identify these products immediately. So I'm going to call this a level of products to consumer type. Now, number 1 is Vanity Markets. Now, what do I mean by Vanity Markets? Well, it can be, for example, makeup, acne cream, teeth whitening. You can even do wrinkle cream, right? So just understand what vanity is. Let me get you a textbook definition. So vanity, right over here, excess pride in or admiration of one's own appearance or achievements. More than anything, the appearance is what will really stick out for us. Now let me go back to the slide so I can discuss a little bit more. Now the vanity market is great for impulsive purchases because think about it. More than anything, you can really think about this in let's just say acne, for example. We have Proactive. And people who want and have severe acne, they want to get rid of it rather fast without spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on prescription medication and going to dermatologists. So they'll turn to a company like Proactive. And impulsively, they will go ahead and say, because they're at just a dire need to get rid of their acne, they say, okay, I'll buy it right now. And then next thing you know, more than anything, they need to constantly keep using the product so you're in a recurring model. And that's why vanity markets are extremely, extremely, extremely good for recurring businesses. However, you will have a hard time with merchants if you go down the recurring model. So again, vanity markets are really, really profitable if you're able to formulate a hook. Because again, if everybody here, all the thousands of people watching this video, if we all created a store that sold acne cream, right? And we're all competing against each other, think about this logically. We are in a red ocean. So if you don't know what red ocean essentially means, is think about a bunch of sharks in the water. If they go and bite all the little fish, it's going to turn red because of all the blood everywhere. So that's essentially what happens if we're all competing in the same exact market, is that we're all trying to get the same exact consumer, and essentially we are the sharks biting at them, and the blood is everywhere. It's just, a lot going on. So we want a blue ocean. How can we take a vanity product? How can we take one of these vanity products and make it a blue ocean? Well, it comes back down to your hooks, right? Your angles of the product. Because think about this logically. Is Proactive was in a red ocean. How did they stand out? Well, they stood out because number one, they spent a lot of money on advertising and their branding was on par. But not only that, their angle at the time was going ahead and being acne free within X amount of days and then giving the user, money back and all these guarantees. That's how they stood out. All these other, acne prevention creams were just sold in stores very, very generically, if you will. Proactive came out with a before and after. They had so many testimonials, social proof, and they really stood out. And then they cornered that market. And when anybody thinks of an acne solution at the certain time of Proactive's height, everybody would think of Proactive. So that's a vanity market. And I want to just give you some examples of products that you could potentially start selling as well. So now what I want to show you before I give you product ideas, and I'll do this with the other two, is giving you just an example to show you that in the last 5 years alone, and that's pretty much where I can even go 2004 present, but then this will take a little bit of time to load. But you can just tell this graph, people are always, always, always interested in going out there and finding acne treatments and solutions, which tells me this is evergreen. So, but you're also probably thinking to yourself, well, okay, Dan, well, this shows me that it's evergreen, but how do I judge it based off of something else? How do I know if something's evergreen and not evergreen? What do I have to, compare it with? What's my A and B? Well, here's an example. Let me just search fidget spinner of a hype market and one that is evergreen. As you can tell, there's nothing here, okay? There's nothing in regards to searches, and then it spikes up and then it's gone. It's gone again, okay? So that's what I wanted to show you. Let me just type this in, acne treatment. And it's very consistent, always, always, always consistent. And as you can tell, it's just constantly increasing and increasing. And again, the more research you do, the better it is. Like take a look over here, related inquiries, we have acne products, best acne spot treatment, right? So it's very, very relevant to go out there and actually sell a product to this particular market because it's evergreen. So what exactly could you sell to a vanity market? Well, you can go ahead and sell, let's just say, skincare for acne. Okay, and this looks like it's all natural. This can be your all natural skincare solution, right? You can build a brand, a one product store, multiple product store around that. You can have teeth whitening as well. I can tell you firsthand, this is very, very profitable if executed correctly. And obviously you don't want to have this particular product more than anything be shipped to your customer. They're just going to look at it and probably not use it. So this is just an example of something that you could use. Again, there's over 58,000 orders over here, $1.96. And if you really want to take a look at the feedback and then go and take a look at right over here with pictures. And then you can see before and afters and what the product actually looks like in the consumer's hands. It's very, very interesting to go out there and see this as well. So again, you have anti-wrinkle. All right, and again, you can also do before and afters of these just by going to the feedback and taking a look at with pictures. There might be some before and afters. So again, there's product use on hand. So even before you go out there and decide to get into something, you should do your research and cross-reference it with Google Trends because it's very important to see if it's on a consistent path or if it's more so of a hype product and it dies off, because the last thing you want to do is be involved with something that just dies off. So let's move to number two. Number two is the accessory market. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, Dan, this is stupid. So many people have talked about this before. Yes and no. Like I said in the beginning, the reason why I prefaced this training with how I prefaced it was because the accessories market only works if it's something new and really cool. So if you can ride the wave of new releases of any, let's just say phones, let's say Samsung Galaxy releases a phone or a new iPhone releases, you can ride their wave and create third-party products or sell third-party products, okay? And you can make absolutely incredible, disgusting money with that. iPhone X magnetic phone holder is an example, right? And I actually have a friend and a fellow YouTuber, his name's Dan Voss. He currently has a Shopify store and it's selling something very similar. I won't go and show the product out of respect and just the fact that it's just not right, but he does extremely, extremely well in the accessories market. It's just if you have a product in the accessories market that is new, revolutionary, and really cool for people that own the actual item that's being accessorized, then it's something that they will go ahead and actively purchase, and they won't even mind the price of it as well, especially in the accessories market, because it's, again, an accessory to something that is probably pre-existingly expensive. So keep that in mind. And another thing that I recently saw is we have phone chargers with the ability to put in a jewel. Now this is really cool because I saw this recently, and let me just tell you right now, this will be a multi-million-dollar idea. Whoever can find a product or create one that charges your phone and your e-cigarette at the same time. So let me go ahead and give you some examples and show you some products that you can sell in the accessories market that can potentially make you a lot of money. So now let me give you an example of accessories. Now, just for example purposes, I searched Galaxy phones. Now, you can also tell over here that there is a downward trend, as you can tell. However, if we just search iPhones as well, we can take a look at how iPhones are progressing and see if it's at a downward trend as well. But I just wanted to give you an example of what we can look at. So again, these are probably releases of iPhones and announcements and whatnot. So again, it seems as if worldwide that Galaxy phones would seem a lot more stable for me to go after. Now, again, as you can tell, the percentages wise, the 45 out of 100, the interests that people are interested in over time in the last 5 years seem to be pretty stable. Obviously, there's launches, but again, it seems stable, even though it's on a quote unquote slow decline. It's a slow and steady decline. I don't think everybody who has a Galaxy phone is just going to disappear overnight and these interests are going to be absolutely zero. So anyway, what I want to show you is different products that you can go ahead and sell, and I want you to be very keen onto these products. So let's just say we're going to be selling maybe AirPod cases, right? So what you can do is go out there and sell different cases, making it look cool. And what's the benefit of having this? Why is it cool? It's because it makes sure your case isn't ever dented or anything, and you can charge right within, like a normal charging port. Then you have the ability to sell different type of accessories that can charge your actual devices. So this is just another example of something that you can go out there and sell, or something just like it if you wanted to go. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because you see this product right over here. This isn't something that is astronomically impressive, okay? There's nothing that makes a user look at this and say, wow, I really, really need this. And most of the times you need to understand a phone case transaction happens at the time of the actual phone purchase. So it needs to be something that your user sees as an ad and they're like, oh, that's really neat or cool, which would be something like this, right? So this is an iPhone for an example, but it's also a holder for your credit card. Or any type of cards that you have, and maybe you can store some money in here as well. But it's very useful because it provides some sort of extra benefit other than just being a case. So I hope you see adding in that differentiating factor is something really, really cool. But not only that, when we talk about accessories, something new and something that people really haven't gone out there and massively exposed yet to the market is something like this, a magnetic phone holder that can, attach different cell phones to it. So now what I want to do is, since you saw these products and you get the idea now, let's move on to the last example. Lastly, I want to talk about ELPs. So these are easy life products, and these products make the end user, so your consumer, it makes their lives easier or more comfortable. Typically, it can be a household item used for, let's just say, cooking and appliances and items like that. It can be lights, It can be various different household items that makes the end user or your customer's life a lot easier. The only way you will be able to scale and properly make millions of dollars with an ELP is by actually making the end user's life a lot easier. Okay, this is a great market, but like I said before, the product has to be unique. It has to be unique, and not only unique, it has to go out there and actually solve a problem or make their lives easier. So let me just give you some examples of, again, this is just me doing quick research, but I just want to go ahead and show you different ELPs that you could potentially use. So here are some product examples, like this over here, a stainless steel olive pump spray bottle for spraying oil. Now, the reason why this is useful is because oil is obviously very greasy. It's kind of slippery. So it would be very useful for somebody to have this in their house. The only thing is they buy it once and they're done. So you could charge a premium price for this, charge like $20, $30 for this and make some very good money. The other thing is that you can sell is something like this, an electric wine uncorker, or just an uncorker, not even for wine, just in general, just to uncork something for you automatically. Very useful. People definitely pay a premium for this type of product. And then something else like this, and this is something more so that's a little harder to find and properly fit margins, but it's definitely something people will be willing to spend $300, $400, $500 on. It's automatic blinds or automatic blackout shades. So you press a button and the shades roll up or down. And this is, again, this is great for somebody who's apartment living, even for homes it works. But again, there's so many different targeting options that you can go out there and do. Not only that, it also, for targeting, you can just target worldwide. And everybody, more than likely, who has internet access has a place to live. Now, again, I don't want to speak for everybody, but majority of people who have internet access have a place to live, and they can definitely have benefit from this if there's any type of sunlight getting into their homes. So number one, we have a vanity market. Number two, we have the accessory market. And then number three, we have the easy life products. And these are three that I highly suggest anybody tapping into.
So these are just a few niches that in the last 30 days, I went out there and generated well over $235,000. And the profit margin was around 36%, which is absolutely incredible for the volume that we're playing. And this month alone, we're looking to scale it up to around $400,000 to $500,000 with products in the niches that I went ahead and just revealed to you. Very important that you understand how simple and easy it is once you know why these niches work so well, which is the reason why I explained it to you. If you're interested in learning how and what 4 particular products that I've been using and selling thousands of units of, go ahead and take a look at this particular video right over here. It's one that I highly suggest you go and watch right after this because it'll show you those products exact and allow you to go ahead and have that unfair advantage over everybody else because you're getting what works right away. And for the 100K Blueprint members, I do have some amazing news for you. You will be getting the done for you ads and the targeting for these products as well. So Dan Fam Notification Squad, it's been real, and I'll see you tomorrow.